We're in an old cemetery in Peabody, Massachusetts. I've had a lot of requests to narrate, read the names. So I'm going to try to do that in this video. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to focus on the older gravestones. The ones from the colonial and pre-colonial times. There's a lot of background noise because this is an urban cemetery. A lot of the stones are so weathered that the names are not really very easy to read. This one's from February 1st, 1829. It's marble and you can see that it's almost completely gone. It's also got a big chip in it. I've had some comments in the past on my videos about how the sun is in my lens, and there's a reason for that. I usually do these videos in the mornings before it gets too hot. And it's a very hot day today. But in the olden days, they faced people in the ground toward the east. They buried them facing east so they could be pointed toward Jerusalem, which means in the morning, your camera's facing east into the sunrise. In memory of two children of Mr. Charles and Mrs. Clarissa Martin. Charles Henry died October 28, 1831, age 1 year. Clarissa died November 10, 1851, age 22 months. Yet those anew rising from the tomb with luster brighter far shall shine, revive with ever during bloom, safe from disease and decline. There's an old one made of slate, a relatively thick one. You can see the drill marks on the back from where it was removed from the quarry. Sacred to the memory of Mrs. Charlotte Goodridge, wife of Mr. Benjamin Goodridge, who died October 6, 1817, age 29. Partially broken stone for someone G.B. Hall, 1826. (1840s). Really kind of hard to make out. In memory of Mrs. Hubda, relict of Mr. John B. Nutting. Looks like maybe 1822. It's very difficult to make out. Erected to the memory of Enoch Marble, who died in February 11th, 1825, age 63. The sign up front said that there were some men buried in here who had been killed in the conflict as Minutemen. That would be the battles that opened the Revolutionary War, freed America from Great Britain. So some American heroes in here. This looks much newer, done in an old style. And this humble stone in memory of Elizabeth Whitman, heroine of the Coquette, is inscribed by her weeping friends, to whom she endeared herself by uncommon tenderness and affection. Endowed with superior acquirements, she was still more distinguished by humility and benevolence. Let candor throw a veil over her frailties, for great was her charity to others. She sustained the last painful scene, far from every friend, and exhibited an example of calm resignation. Her departure was on the 25th day of July, AD 1788, in the 37th year of her age, and the tears of strangers watered her grave. And that would be this broken sandstone tomb right here. You can see a few things left. There's the date, 1788. And here's the line about the tears watered her grave. Anna L., daughter of John and Susan C. Hopkins, died September 14, 1858, aged 3 months and 2 days. One of the newer ones in this cemetery. In memory of Mrs. Mary Osborne, wife of Mr. Joseph Osborne, who departed this life January 20th, 1791, in the 58th year of her age. Can't really make out the inscription very much here. Mined with earth, her ashes must remain till death shall something mortal life again. Here's her husband in memory of Joseph Osborne, who died July 9th, 1804. Very simple stone. In memory of George Osborne, son of Mr. Jonathan and Mrs. Susanna Osborne, who died October 23rd, 1791. Age 1 year and 8 months. Weep not for me, dry up your tears. You can see tears as they didn't leave enough room when they were chiseling, so it's above. I must be here till Christ appears. So a little rhyme. In memory of Mr. John Heath, who died January 19th, 1830, in his 60th year. Sacred to the memory of Mrs. Lydia Trask, relict of Mr. Henry Trask, who died December 20th, 1823, age 75. Memory of Mrs. Mary Kelso, wife of Mr. David Kelso, who died October 25th, 1828, age 38 years. Erected to the memory of William Johnson on September 21st, 1803, age 31. Friends and physicians could not save my mortal body from the grave, nor can the grave confine me here when Christ shall call me to appear. We have someone making a phone call over there, so I'll avoid that area. Look at this one, a rather thick slate. It's been sheared away. Someone named William. Years gone. This stone is erected to the memory of Ebenezer Proctor, who died June 15th, 1804, in the 67th year of his age. Here's another Proctor also broken off, probably his wife. Proctors were very prominent in the Salem witch trials, probably related to John Proctor in some way, although I don't know that for sure. In memory of Mr. David Felton, who died October 15th, 1818, age 61. In memory of Mrs. Hannah Felton, wife of Mr. David Felton, who died February 24th, 1825, age 66. There are a lot of stones here. I don't want to miss the ones who were the Minutemen, so I'm going to try to see if I can find them. Sacred to the memory of Mrs. Hannah Torrey, relict of the late deceased Joseph Torrey on September 25th, 1805, age 78. In memory of Mrs. Prudence, wife of Captain Daniel Fry, F-R-Y-E, who died May 9th, AD 1813, in the 73rd year of her age. In memory of Captain Daniel Fry, who died November 23rd, AD 1813, in the 57th year of his age. Some of these older slate ones carry a little story about the person. Those are always fun to find, but most of them just carry the name and the date of the death. Can't make most of this out. Her name was Huldah Frothingham, wife of Jonathan Frothingham, who after sickness supported with Christ, I can't really make it out enough, but looks like 1799. There's John Frothingham, the husband, who died 1802. Erected in the memory of Augustus Kendall, schoolmaster in Danvers, who departed this life August 2nd, 1795, age 27. In memory of the Reverend Nathan Holt, A.M., pastor of the Second Church in Danvers, who was rested from his labor August 2nd, 1792, in the 68th year of his age and 34th of his ministry. Piety, benevolence, integrity, and prudence were prominent features in his character as a man and a minister. He lived beloved and died lamented. There's a little more, and there's presumably a portrait of the man. Take a picture of him. That one's very difficult to make out. Okay, here are the Minutemen, and they've been given newer monuments. In memory of George Southwick Jr., Private Colonel Pickering's Regiment, Minuteman, Revolutionary War, April 19, 1775. I'm not sure when these were placed, but they're obviously newer. In memory of Benjamin DeLand Jr., Private Colonel Pickering's Regiment, Minuteman, Revolutionary War, April 19, 1775. Memory of Ebenezer Goldthwait, Private Colonel Pickering's Regiment, Minuteman, Revolutionary War, April 19, 1775. Memory of Samuel Cook Jr., Private Colonel Pickering's Regiment, Minuteman, Revolutionary War, April 19, 1775. And there's a little bit of slate left there. Sorry, traffic noise is picking up. To move this video along, I'm going to just take a walk and see if any stand out with memorable stories or extra special typography or artwork. In memory of Miss Molly Sprague, the wife of Mr. Ebenezer Sprague Jr., departed this life June 28, 1790, aged 26 years. Although her body sleeps in dust, her soul is with the just. We trust her soul is with the just. O youth, remember death. Captain Ebenezer Sprague, 1760-1856. This monument is for Reverend Jones Very, V-E-R-Y, who died in 1880, and some of his family members looks like Franklin Very, Horace Very, others. Here's one facing in a different direction so we can actually see it. It's got an urn with a willow tree at the top scraped in memory of Mrs. Hannah Very, wife of Captain Samuel Very, who died February 4th, 1799 in the 40th year of her age. Here's a rare marble example of the old school headstones, barely legible. It's got an urn on top with some, looks like ivy, in memory of Mrs. Elizabeth, I can't make it out, wife of Mr. Looks like died 1825. I can't really make the names out very well. Nathaniel P. Simons, born October 17th, 1799, died September 20th, 1864. And these people live next door to this cemetery.